Well, hello there. I know it's been a minute since you all have seen me on in front of the camera, I should say. You always see my hands. But welcome to All Things Alicia. I'm so happy that you have decided to drop in on today. And if you are new to the channel, on this channel we are all about saving on purpose, with purpose, living life to the fullest, praising God, thanking Him for all blessings because we know that they stem from Him. And yeah, we're just All Things Alicia. So welcome. And please consider liking, subscribing, turning on your notification bells, all the things. And if you are Oldie but Goodie, I'm so glad that you decided to come back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about financial goals for 2024. And I was watching other videos because, of course, tis the season of everyone sharing their financial goals and plans for 2024. I'm no different. This is something that I do every year. I have years and years and years of these goals in around the house, in my phone, things like that. I do vision boards every year, all the things. So this year, though, for our financial goals, I went on Canva. And I saw this on someone else's channel. And I went to Canva and created a version for myself, and this is what it looks like. Hopefully you all can see that. And I just updated it to say financial goals. I think on Canva it says it just says goals, I think. But you can on Canva you can edit. So I just did that, and I just wrote out with my terrible handwriting but I wrote out each goal, and hopefully my son will edit this video and you all will see each of these points as I make them on the screen. Okay, we're gonna try. Y'all know I don't do no editing. We just post, but we're gonna do better in 2024. So my husband and I have set out 4 goals. And one of the things that I saw this year that I really liked from the Organized Money, please go and watch her. She's amazing. And one of the things that she did is she had 5 goals. And she broke those out into investing, savings, debt reduction, income, and she had one more category, but I'm doing 4 categories. And so mine will be, of course, or ours will be investing, saving, debt reduction, income. And so for investing, which is our first goal, is going to be to max out our 401k. Now, I have had this goal on my plan for the last at least 2 years. For sure, 2023 I had it as a goal, and 2022 I had as a goal. It might have been one in 2021, but I can't remember. But for sure, 2022 and 2023 I had this as a goal. So this time I'm going to really make sure that we meet this goal. We got really close in 2022. For those that have been around, you would have saw that in one of the videos. But this year I want to make sure that we hit that. And so to max out the 401k is $23,000. So y'all, that is not chump change, okay? But we are going to be committed to doing it. And one way, and what I love about this sheet, and I encourage you all to go find it on Canva or make your own, but is that you do outline, okay, what steps are you going to take to ensure that you reach the goal, okay? It's not enough just to put the goal out there. It is very important that you put what steps you're going to take to reach it. And so maxing out the 401k at $23,000 from an investing standpoint means I have to increase my contribution. So my contribution right now is about 6%. I'm going to increase that to 10%. So that means some other things are going to have to be reduced from a spending perspective to make sure that, of course, we can meet all of our obligations. But we're going to increase it 10%. We're going to not touch it throughout the year. If you all remember, in 2023, we had 10% at the beginning of the year, and then we adjusted it, and then we stopped contributing for a while, and then we went to 6% towards the back half of the year. No, ma'am, no, sir. We're going to keep to the 10%. And also, from an investing standpoint, we want to continue to max out our HSA, which is our health savings account. It's really not a goal anymore because it's become habit. What I love about it is it comes out before you even get your net income or your funding after taxes and contributions to your benefits and all those things. And so from an HSA perspective, it went up. The limit now is $8,300. So we'll have money coming out every month that adds up at the end of the year to $8,300. If you all are not familiar with the health savings account, what is beautiful about it is basically you have this way of lowering your taxable income. And I'm not a financial advisor. Please go talk to one if you want to know more about it, or even your HR department would know more. If for those who don't know, I work in Human Resources. But anyway, with this health savings account allows you to put away money again before taxes, and to lower, like I said, your taxable income into this medical account, if you will, right? And then you can use it throughout the year if you need to for your copays, your deductibles, for visits that you may have to the doctor where you need to cover part of the expense. Or you can leave it there and you can let it continue to grow. You can invest it, or you can just leave it in the account, and it does roll over year after year after year. And so hopefully you continue to keep money in there. You max out every year so that when you get into retirement, this is again funding that you can pull to cover medical expenses. So anyway, so I love HSAs. I think it's just a great tax benefit to you. And so again, encourage you all to look that up. But anyway, but for that, again, we start our payroll deduction. We did that already. We did that back in October when we did open enrollment. So it's already set. I can't change it. Well, I probably could, but I'm not. So that's kind of from an investing standpoint. We're going to do our 401k, and then we're going to continue to contribute to our HSA and invest some part of that because you can't do that. Okay. Number 2. So our second goal is around our savings. And this is a big goal for us as well. We were able to do this in 2023. So I definitely want to continue this in 2024. But that is that we want to cash flow all vacations. I am over using my credit card and going into debt. Now, you can use a credit card if you can use it responsibly. You can use a credit card, of course, to cover the expenses, because some places you have to use a credit card, right? Hotel, things like that. But the goal is that you pay it off without incurring any interest, right? And you can gain points and miles and all that kind of stuff. And that's important because we do have a American Express card for Delta, and that's how we're able to, get airline tickets using points and all those things. So that is something that we do. But I want to be able to have the cash in our savings account that we can just go pay it off, right? That's a big deal for me because I do think it's important to be able to pay for your vacations without going in debt. So we're going to cash flow all vacations. So we do have quite a few things coming up this year. It's a milestone year for the Smith household. So I'm turning 40, as you all know. My husband is turning 45 this year. My son is turning 13. We're celebrating our 15th wedding anniversary. And so my dad is turning 75. So we just have a lot of milestones going on. We've got a church conference. My husband has one he wants to go to. I have one. So it's a lot of trips and vacations. We got a family cruise coming. So it's a lot going on. So we have to be planful, and we have to make sure that we understand what do we believe the cost will be and how are we going to cover that. And so part of that's going to come from, we've already calculated what we would need. Part of it's going to come from us putting money in our sinking funds every month, right? Part of it's going to come from doing a savings challenge. And then part of it's going to come from our bonus, Lord willing, that we will receive in March. Okay. So that's the plan. So again, when you think about what are the steps I'm going to take in order to reach this goal, I've calculated right with what the amount is that needs to be saved every month. I've calculated what percentage we would take from the bonus, and I've calculated what we would need as far as spending money and what challenges we're going to do to help supplement the cost. Okay. So that's what we're going to do from that perspective. And then we're going to also save $5,000 in our emergency fund. Okay. So every year we want to continue to keep adding to that emergency fund. Okay. It's never, I don't want to say it's never enough, but I'm far from where I want to be as far as what we want in our emergency fund. So we want to continue to save for that as well. So that's kind of in the savings. It's kind of like 2 goals in that category. But it's very important that we identify, again, what are the specifics. And how you all know I save on purpose with purpose, right? So everything that we're doing is written down, okay? So number 3 is debt reduction. So you all know a couple of years ago we became debt free. And unfortunately, we've gotten ourselves back into some debt. And so we want to make sure that we're focusing on savings, but also on paying down our debt. Okay. I think it was in 2021 is when we became debt free. And so we bought a house since then. We've, bought other things, we've done other things, and so we want to make sure that we're being conscious of that. So we want to pay down at least $26,000 in debt. So this is from some consolidation of some things. This is from, again, some of the, just decisions that we made. And so we now have to address that. And so we will do that. And so we want to make sure we're paying our monthly. We've put our, at least for me, I don't know if my husband has, but for me, I put my cards on auto pay every month. So so that we have the accounts current. They all are current anyway, but just so that I don't have to think about like, oh, did I pay Target or not, right? It's like, no, it's on auto to pay off. So we want to make sure we're doing that. We want to make sure that, again, when we get our bonus, that we're allocating those funds to helping to reduce the debt. We want to, of course, reduce our discretionary spending, and we want to stop using the cards. Amen. So you all hold us accountable to that as well. And then we want to, we were doing the monthly investing challenge. You all know the dollar a day with Mommy Trader. We're going to hold off on that for this year, and we're going to redirect that funding to, again, paying off on our debt. So that's our goal there from a debt reduction perspective. And listen, you all, I'm not in a funk about it. I'm not upset about it. It's decisions that we made. And we've been here before. We know how to get out of it, and we're going to do that, okay? So don't beat yourself up. Don't be too hard on yourself. And also for me, it's important for me and my husband to invest while we're paying off debt. Like, you make your call. I know there's a whole philosophy out there about you stop investing so that you can pay off your debt. I think that works if you're going to really, go hard, right? And eat the beans and rice, right? And, not, quote unquote, enjoy life. And just put all your energy to that. And that works for some people. That's not what we're doing. But that may work for you. But for us, we're going to have a balance. That's just important to me. And so anyway, so that's going to be debt reduction. And then our last goal is to increase our income, right? To increase our income. So, for myself, looking forward to hopefully getting some type of merit increase, but also looking for a promotion. That is something that is important as I continue my journey with my career. So definitely want to, consider opportunities for that. And then also for my husband is to you all, I don't know if I've said it before on the channel, but he does Instacart as well, as his full-time job in ministry. So we want to make sure that he's contributing from a standpoint of doing the Instacart, which is so flexible, which I love, because you all know we have children. And so, picking them up, taking them to school, things of that nature, we need that flexibility. I work from home. And again, having him in the flexible job that he has is so helpful for our household. So, wanting something that's a little, like I said, more flexible from that perspective. And then taking on more speaking opportunities, whether it's him or myself, and just making sure that we're continuing to make ourselves available to increase our income. And you see, it's the last one, because God has blessed us. We're in a position where, we make good money. And so it's really about stewarding, right? Which is why I started with, what are we investing? What are we saving? And then how we're going to reduce our expenses. So, and then, like I said, we value time with our family and the flexibility that we have with our jobs. And so we don't want to go overkill with all the 50 million side hustles and all of those things, because that takes away from other things that we need to do. So again, not knocking anybody, no shades, anybody that does that, because at some point in time, that may be what you need to do. But for us in this season, I want to make sure that we're prioritizing our family and spending time with our children, because my son is going to be 13. He only has so many more years with us, because he's getting out at 18, y'all. He's going to love that when he's editing this video, hearing that. But anyway, so those are our goals, you all. So investing, saving, debt reduction, and income are the categories. And then I'll come back and do a separate video on the rest of my goals, because of course I have spiritual goals, wellness goals, professional goals, passion goals, or your purpose, etc. Of course, relationship goals. So I'll come back, and that's another chart that I have too. As well. So I'll share that in another video, so that this video is not too long. But I hope that you all have started to set your goals. If you haven't, hopefully this is some inspiration and some encouragement for you to do that. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments box below, and I'll do my best to answer them. But I hope you're with me on this journey, and I'm looking forward to coming back in another video, and also sharing with you all where we landed on our 2023 goals as we close out that year and begin this new year. All right, so I pray that you all be blessed. Love you all so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace and blessings.